Hey, Katie, Mr. Y here, obviously, with Bazaar by Randall D. Standridge. Um, this one's a little tricky. This one's fast, first of all, and it's got some weird notes in it, so we'll talk about that. First of all, it says at the very beginning, adventurous. A quarter note equals 152. That's a way of, by the way, of setting your metronome so you can see exactly how fast the song is going. This one's at 152, which is fairly quick. The conductor, of course, at all county will have the discretion to be able to do it that fast or a little slower or maybe a little faster. But your target to shoot for that is just. Now, when I play it this way, of course, I'm going to play it at tempo right now just to show you what it should sound like eventually when you're done. When you are practicing, of course, you should do things much slower at first until you get them really down under your fingers, and then you can move it up to tempo. In fact, a really good way to do that I'm sure you're going to experience in your tenure as a musician, because you're going to be playing music for a long time, I'm sure. One of the tricks you'll learn is that if you can play something really, really slow, get it really, really perfect, and then just take your metronome and notch it up one. Just a teeny bit faster and get it really good that way. And then just a teeny bit faster and get it really good that way. And a teeny bit faster and a teeny bit faster and so on until you get up to 152 or whatever you're shooting for. Okay. So the metronome is a really good tool for you to use if you want to be able to play fast. But the key is you got to be able to play stuff really, really well, slow first. That's the idea. It takes a lot of patience. Okay. For Bazaar, you have at least one weird rhythm. Really, you only have one, but it keeps coming back a lot of times. If you look at measure 19, you can see that there's an eighth note followed by an eighth rest, and then two more eighth notes, eighth rest, eighth note, eighth rest, eighth note, and then an eighth note, the next measure. And what this comes down to, really, if I do it in slow motion, is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So when we put it together on the trumpet, you can see, and by the way, remember, this whole song has B flats too, okay? You can see in the key signature there's B flats all the way through. I'll talk about notes in a minute, but just this little rhythm right here, like I said, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. What you're going to end up on trumpet at 19, for instance, is, okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now, it's a lot faster than that at 152, obviously. 2, 3. The next measure, you can see 21 is just a little different. There's just one note different, but a lot of them are exactly like 19. And they are, when you have that weird rhythm, they are all that same rhythm too, which is kind of nice. There's a couple of those that measure 50 around then, and then there's one at the very end too that kind of ends the whole song. As far as key signature goes, like I said, it's B flat all the way through. There are some F naturals. There's a couple of, F sharps. There are a couple of F sharps. For instance, in measure number 11, the first F you have is a sharp, but most of them are F natural. There are also a couple of low E flats. You may not have seen that one before. Low E flat is 2 and 3 on the trumpet, just a little flatter than E, of course. If you play an E, that's what that's all about. It's just a little lower than E, okay? So when you first come in, of course, it's got that really, I think I talked about harmonic minor one day in class in band. This is a harmonic minor song. It's got that ba-da-da-da-da-da-da kind of sound to it, which is really cool, okay? So let me just play at the beginning. I'll see what I can do. I'm not going to go quite up to 152. I don't think. I'll go a little slower than that just because I'm sight reading it too. I don't know this really. Right at the beginning. 1, after all the rest, of course. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3. 2, 3. Sorry, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Let me do that again. 42, 3. measures of rest. Let me try that again. There we go. And then after the 2 measures of rest. One and two and three. And that's the end. One thing I forgot to mention, at measure 68 and earlier also at measure 15, there's what's called a forte piano. That's where the F is followed immediately by the P. And what you do is you hit it hard, you sing the note kind of hard, and then immediately back off. About 95% of the time, and in this case it is, it's followed by a crescendo. So, kind of a thing. That's what that works. It's a really cool effect when you do it right. I think that's it for now, really. If you have any questions, of course, see me in class. Good luck.